Hello, welcome. If you'd like to pause for a moment and grab a blanket, that's the only prop you'll need for this class. Thank you for joining. But we'll begin in a seated position of your choice. Going to be cross-legged here to start. And we'll begin by closing our eyes, taking a couple of deep breaths, inviting a long exhale in, or out rather. Letting your nervous system begin to slow down from the day that you've had. Envisioning the mind as a mist around you, trying to pull you into the uncertain future, the known past, and all of those infinite possibilities and things your mind tells you. And imagine drawing it in. Closer towards your body, back into your skin, into your flesh, muscle, fascia, bone. Acknowledging the mind, knowing that if it tries to bring you out of this present moment of movement, of being with your body in this physical experience, that it's okay. But to realize that it's doing it and to bring it back into where you are right here, right now. And slowly beginning to blink the eyes open. Let's start with seated cat and cows. So with cat, we're arching our spine, we're tucking our pelvis, we're rounding our shoulder blades, maybe the hands stay on the knees. And then for cow, we're bringing our chest through our shoulders, maybe looking up, untucking the pelvis, bringing the belly button closer to the ground, and then reverse. So we'll do a couple of these at your own pace. Maybe syncing movement with breath. Keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. In either position. Last round. And then we'll come to a tall spine. So from here, taking a moment, stacking your spine over your hips. And then we'll raise both arms to the sky, clasping our hands together at the top. We'll lean over towards the right. keeping both sit bones grounded into the floor. And then come back to tall spine. Maybe look up if it's comfortable for your neck. And then arcing over towards the left. And moving back and forth between these two. Taking as much time as you need. You know your body. Last one. And whatever side you're on, go ahead and unclasp the hands and plant one hand down towards the floor and the other one is raised, side body bend. Maybe you pivot your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep the shoulder open. Maybe you look up. And release to the other side. So opposite hand plants down towards the ground. Other hand rises up. Sit bones remain grounded to the floor. And now moving back and forth between these two motions. Again, at your own pace, inviting a twist in. If you'd like, just a gentle opening towards the sky. Last one, and come back to seated. From here, we'll take a few hip circles. So if you need to switch the cross of your legs before we do this, please do so. But just start moving your lower spine, your lumbar spine in a circle. Feel this movement through your hips. Trying to take this as slow, steady, moving with awareness. And let's reverse directions. Really paying attention to what your body is feeling right now. Last one. Maybe make the circles smaller. Slowly coming to a pause at center. And then I'm going to change directions to face away. But start at like the back of your space. We're going to move forward about a foot. So from here, we're going to do glute scoots to where we're impacting the QL, quadratus lumborum muscle in the back. It's holds tension along the back side of the body. So from here, think about lifting with your hip. So lifting with your hip and then inching that leg forward, just scooting. So lift with the hip, move forward. A couple times. Again, you want to move like a foot. And you're going to make that movement and then start going backwards, moving from the hips. And then you'll do this about 3 times back and forward. This will help release a lot of the tension in your lower back. It's a great one to do. Again, moving at your own pace. Not pushing yourself into pain. I'm on my last one. And so we'll pause for a moment in this position. And if you'd like to grab a blanket, I invite you to place that under your knees. We're going to go into a forward fold from here. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and straighten our spine. Think about moving forward and pivoting from your hips, not necessarily from your low back. And so exhale to release down. Until you find sensation in the back of your legs. Maybe you don't go far. That's okay. Meet yourself where you're at. We'll be here for probably about 10 to 15 breaths. And if you'd like to let your spine round, I invite you to that. And again, being aware of where your own body is, know what it needs. And slowly coming back up out of this forward fold. Removing the blanket from underneath your knees if you had it there. And then we're going to go ahead and flex both of our feet. So sitting tall in the spine, flexing our feet, and just rotate them over towards the right, and then over towards the left. Doing that motion a couple of times, going to your edge in either direction. And then coming back to center. And then we're coming down onto our mat, onto the floor. So laying down, having that blanket nearby. So from here, let's place our feet on the floor, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Lower back cemented to the floor. We're going to go up into bridge, but in a wave motion. So think about first picking your pelvis off of the floor, followed by your mid-back, followed by maybe your upper back, and then reversing down, slowly sinking from the top to the bottom. And then untucking the pelvis, and then retucking to lift. So a couple of wave-like motions with your spine meeting the floor. Tucking and untucking the pelvis, getting the energy moving. moving slowly, mindfully. Last one. Let's settle our pelvis back onto the ground. And from here, you can either widen your feet, knock your knees together, or if you'd like to extend your legs into a traditional Shavasana, we'll let our body rest from the activity that we just did. Allowing ourselves time to integrate the movements. Know that it's okay to take even the time of stillness for yourself. If you'd like to stay here further, I invite you to that. If you'd like to resume your day, I invite a full body stretch with your hands up overhead. And then meeting me in a seat. Thank you so much for joining me today. May this video find whoever needs it.